ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on with the show. Let's bring my final guest out. She is one of our finest writers and actors. Will you please welcome the incomparable Emma Thompson? The one and only. That's great to have Emma Thompson on.
It's miles back there.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Let's start by that. You look, I get the feeling, maybe I'm wrong, you're the sort of person, you've got focus, you've got resolve. If you make a New Year's resolution, I imagine you would stick to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I think there's very little that can't be clarified or illuminated by, you know, a good run of about an hour and a half, which is why I'm very much still in the dark.
So this is a New Year's resolution.
He's not even listening. You see, he's not even listening. That was quite a good joke. And I was working up while I was talking to Brooke. I'm a bit grumpy about her.
Why?
Because she's so nice, and you think that looking like that she'd have the decency to be unpleasant.
You think she'd be... Whereas Paddy is instantly dislikable.
Instantly.
Instantly. Nothing nice about it. He's lovely. Hey, what a remarkable career. Obviously, it's far from over. And I wonder, do you watch any of your old movies on a regular basis?
I never watch them, no. I never do.
Why not?
I just think, oh, God. Oh, I could have done that better.
Really?
Well,
even one like the ones you won Oscars, and you even think that...
I don't tend to watch them. Maybe it's that thing of getting older and not wanting to look at yourself in the past somehow. It's a very strange thing if you think about it. Having that, it's not like having home movies where you look back at yourself, although that's strange enough.
Because I suppose it's not just the way your looks have changed, it's the way your acting has changed, and the way you would do stuff. So I guess there are things you would do differently.
I'm playing the Queen next week.
Wow.
And what's odd about that is the first time I did the Queen, it was a sketch, and it was Frankie Howard's speech. So it was the Queen's voice and everything, but it was the, oh, no, titty, not, madam, I know your sort, all fur coat and no knickers. And I thought, oh, God, I hope I don't slip into that, you know, sketch comedy, which is why I started, you know, it's very...
So what are you doing the Queen in? What's that going to be?
It's a short for Sky. And it's
is it one where you direct?
When Michael Fagan, you know, the intruder got into her bedroom.
That was weird.
Got in through Prince Charles's window. His office window, apparently.
And then he stood at the end of the bed.
Picture the scene.
What happened to him?
He just, I don't know. I think he wasn't well.
I think we can safely assume.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought of you as being just super English, okay, about as English can be. Maybe it's because you speak so well and because I know...
I don't speak well. I've got a very nasal London glottal accent.
But you do speak well.
Well, I do speak well when I'm being paid to speak well.
On screen you speak very, very well.
Yes.
But you're half Scottish? Or
my mum's Scottish.
I didn't realise it. Your mum's half Scottish?
She's from Glasgow. So we live half in Scotland and half in London, so all the holidays, that's what I had, growing up in London. Scotland, for me, it saved my life, really, because the first 7 years we lived in a little flat. So the idea of trees and lochs and mountains and everything, I used to dream about going to Scotland when I was little. Oh, God, actually, this is a good story. It's just come to me. Getting older, which I'm noticing more and more frequently. We were there last summer, and Guy and I were on our own for some reason. Greg must have been working, and we were in the big bed together in flannelette nighties, and you know, because obviously I know how to live. And suddenly there was this incredible kind of real loud banging on the door, and I thought, oh my God, we're alone. It's up the glen. I thought. Well, so I went down, and there was this massive policeman in the porch, huge. And I thought, strange. So I opened the door and said, hello. And he said, oh, hello. I'm sorry to bother you. Very difficult to find up here. And I said, yes, that's the idea. And he said, well, we just had somebody ring up and say that you've had an intruder on your land. And I said, an intruder? So, of course, picturing immediately Axeman behind bush.
Scary.
And I said, really, when? What sort of intruder? Well, there was a dog worker coming up through the path there, saw a naked man about 50 years old coming through your field. And I said, really? Naked axeman behind bush, immediately, you know. Christ! And I was really worried, because it was sort of terrifying. You know that feeling, it was like burglars in your house and everything. I said, what time, you know? Well, I mean, it was during the day, it was sometime in the afternoon, and she rang us later on, and I just wonder if you were all right. From behind me, on the stairs, Gaia, in her PJs, going, wasn't that about the time that you came up from the river, Mum? So, because down the house there's a field, there's a pond, and there's only sheep in the field, and they don't mind if I walk up the field naked. At least I don't think they do. They're probably just all saying, "Oh, she's coming. Just keep eating. Just keep eating." And I thought, oh my God! And I made the connection, and I could see the same thing happening to the policeman, and I could see him as he backed off, thinking he's going to go back to the station. He's going to say, "See that Emma Thompson? See her? Her tits must be so low that from a distance they read as testicles." I nearly lifted up.
I'm sure they're proud.
They're fine.
I'm sure they're splendid.
They're not that proud. They're slightly ashamed.
I'm sure they're proud. Let me ask you about your writing, because Emma has won an Oscar, not just for acting, but she won an Oscar for writing as well. It's incredible, for Sense and Sensibility, for the screenplay of that. Congratulations. It was
only about 100 years ago.
It's incredible. Which one was that? How's End was the performance, and Sense and Sensibility was the screenplay.
Yeah.
So we phoned to check. We phoned the Oscar Academy, and they said absolutely the closest anyone else can. Charlie Chaplin years ago was given a kind of honorary award for writing, but it wasn't specifically for a screenplay. So you're the only human being on the planet who's achieved that. That is quite something. But you're writing still. You wrote the inanimate films, and now here's the thing. If I've got this correct, is this right? You're adapting Annie?
Yeah.
So the musical Annie, which was initially many years ago, it was a Sunday newspaper strip in America, and you are adapting this with the possibility of Will Smith's daughter, Willow.
It's for Willow Smith,
Who whips her hair back and forth. I know you know that. And here's the super exciting thing, I think, is already a great combination. The score is going to be provided by...
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Because he already did he did a rap over...
He did the rap
Hard Knock Life.
Hard Knock Life, exactly.
It's a hard knock life. Yeah. And the songs are going to be some new material.
Some new material,
but
and some of the
is it going to be the
old
music they call rap?
Some of it might be.
And do you enjoy the music they call rap? Are you au fait with the sound of the rap generation?
I am. Sometimes I like it, but
who's your favourite rapper apart from Jay-Z?
Okay, all right, you've got me, all right. I don't listen to the modern music except Florence and the Machine, what she's on, but actually I still listen to her, actually.
What about DMX?
I'm not just saying it because she's there and nice.
Okay, she is terrific.
Really
She's
nice.
not a rap, though.
No, she's absolutely brilliant. She's not a rap artist, but I do like some rap. I like Eminem. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Did I say that right? Did I say the name right? But every song now seems to have a bit of a tune, and then someone... raps in the middle.
Top, yeah.
And then there's another bit of tune. And they all seem to be... Am I right in thinking that? They're all the same shape. So when there's a bit of tune, and then someone... I'm good at it, and then there's another bit of tune. And
is that how it sounds to you, Emma? It is kind of correct, though. I can't argue with that.
It is true because we're old farts now, Jonathn. There's no...
We're in denial, but it's true. How lovely to have you here. I think you'll agree. What just a splendid person to spend some time with. The lovely Emma Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. So put for the music. So lovely. Thanks to all my guests as well, of course. Next week here on the show, we'll be joined by the former boy wizard, Daniel Radcliffe will be here. We have the Sultan of Surreal, Noel Fielding, and Sir David Attenborough will be joining me as well. And we have music from Seal. It's going to be great having David Attenborough and Seal on the same show. There's bound to be some confusion there, isn't there? They're now performing No Light, No Light. She's just an exceptional talent. Ladies and gentlemen, the brilliant Florence and the Machine.